Boom. Ooh, that is delightful.
Hey everyone, welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. We're going to take a look today at the brand new 900 Global Wolverine. So the Wolverine here features the same base cover stock that was on the Honey Badger Revival and Intensity. It's the S70, and this time it's coming in a pearl version. Now we have a new core design in this one. It's the Lacerate 2.0. So to expand on that a little bit, the top half of the core is from the Honey Badger, and the bottom half of the core is from the Badger. So it's combining two halves of the previous balls in this line. For the review today, Jungo is going to be on the lanes, and he'll be comparing it against his 900 Global ZEN. Now the ZEN is a little bit stronger. It's got a bigger core, a stronger cover stock. Both are pearl symmetric balls, so we'll see how they compare against each other. So what are my expectations? I think the ZEN here is going to hook a little bit earlier and a little bit more. Just a combination of bigger core and stronger cover stock. I think the Wolverine here is going to be a little cleaner through the front part of the lane and create more motion on the back end. So Jung's going to be on two patterns today. The first pattern today is going to be Route 66. Now this has been bowled on, it has 4 games of league, and typically these more burnt up conditions are better for these symmetric pearl balls. On the left lane we have 42-foot carbon. It's our house shot here. It is fresh, so we'll see how these balls react on that one as well. So that's enough in here. Let's send it out to Jung on the lanes.
Alright, Jungo's back on the lanes. Wolverine time. We're going to do the same thing as the last vid, the altered reality. We got some burned up Route 66 here, right after league, and I did the altered reality ball review on this lane already. So we got a nice track built in, we got some carry down, we got a little early hook to the right, so we got to be moving left. And I think this is where this ball is really going to shine. Let's start feet on 33, maybe 22 at the arrows here. Burned up long pattern, so should be good. Wow, that is straight. Already know there's a little bit less hook potential, obviously, than the other balls we've been throwing, like the ZEN Master, Altered Reality from 900 Global. So this is just one step above the burners. So this is going to be a nice gap filler between the ZEN and a burner pearl. Should fit right in between there. Okay, let's do that again. We'll just slow the speed down a touch. Have it go through the pins properly. Yeah, that ball's really good for late in the day. I can already tell. All right, for comparison purposes, let's throw the ZEN. It's that box finish, same layout as that one. This ball should read much earlier and cover a few more boards. Definitely a little bit earlier in the mid lane there. Not sure if you can see that at home, but I saw it. Let's move a couple boards left with that ZEN. ZEN ball, good and strong. Okay, let's go 2 left. That was actually a pretty good shot there, pocket 710. The ball just read a little bit early and didn't have enough gas go through the pins properly. I think in order to use the ZEN, I'm gonna have to move a little bit further left. Let's give that a shot. Right, remember this is a burned up Route 66 pattern, long pattern, burned up. Quite a few games on it. So the balls are definitely gonna start to hook a little early. Okay, let's go 2 more left. Okay, definitely looking better as the further left we go. Just catching a little bit more oil, a little bit longer. Definitely stronger than these Wolverines here. Okay, let's go back to the Wolverine. Same layout as the ZEN. Okay, this is gonna be on that same line as the ZEN just struck. It travels down lane a little bit more, a little bit easier, and has a little bit more violent pop. Really good progression with the pearl balls from 900 Global. We got the Altered Reality, we got the ZEN, we got the Wolverine, and then we got the burner pearl. Really good pearl progression. Say that 5 times fast. All right, I have a second Wolverine here. The pin is a little bit taller, so the ball's gonna travel down lane a little bit more and have a little bit more angle. So I'll throw in that same line I just struck, and let's see how it goes. Missed a little left of target there, just a hair, but that ball really finished harder than the other two. just a little layout change can really change the performance of the ball. So that's why I like sticking with the same layouts on everything. Then you really know, unless you got to trick something for a special oil pattern or whatnot. Let's throw that again. Tall pin. That ball was really long. Much less hook potential than the ZEN. A little bit longer than the other layout I have on the Wolverine. Not enough of a difference to bring both to a tournament though. All right, let's go back to the original layout. Standard layout. 2 more to the left. Missed a little bit right there actually. A little hit the burn there of the traffic that was on this lane beforehand. Really checked up and went left hard. So when these balls hit dry, they definitely turn left hard. Let's throw that same line again, but we'll move the eyes in a little. One board. Let's try and miss that dry outside there. Gotta keep it a little bit tighter on these longer patterns. Get those dry boards to the right with all the traffic. A little bit unpredictable. I like keeping it tight. And a ball with a lot of back end is really gonna help you carry. Okay, one more with the Wolverine. Let's go to the tall pin one. Same line. Ooh, see how straight that was? That is delightful for really burned up lanes. All right, about halfway through the vid, about to switch over to the house shot lane. New Wolverine. Where did they come up with these names? If you were to name a ball, what would it be? Let us know down in the comments. This should be good. All right, we're over on the house shot lane. We're gonna see how these Wolverines react. I'm kind of thinking they'll be a little bit violent off the back end, kind of hard to control, but let's give it a try. We got the standard layout Wolverine here. Yeah, that ball's got a really big back end. Might not be ideal for the fresh on a house shot just because there's so many dry boards to the right and at the end, that when it does hit that dry, it's really gonna take off and turn left hard. I gotta move 2 left here for it to be perfect. Ooh! Yeah, you see that? I missed a little bit inside of target and it jumped through the nose, where something like the idle would definitely even that out a little bit, so you get a little bit more room for error on a house pattern, which is what you want. That's what they're giving you, right? So throw that again. Let's get it a little bit further to the right. That was a little bit better. You can see it's so violent down lane, almost left 9s in again. Let's throw the ZEN on that same line. Something like the ZEN with a little bit bigger core, a little bit more even rolling, a little bit earlier. It'll look much better on a house condition, especially on the fresh. Yeah, I stood in the same spot there. Just a little bit too much ball for that line, but it's got a much better roll for the house shot, right? It's just a little bit earlier. Going to give you a little bit more control off the back end. So with the ZEN being a little bit stronger ball, let's move a couple to the left. 32. Yeah, see that? Just a little bit earlier roll gives you a much better shape on a house pattern. So that's why I really like the idle Helios on a house pattern. It gives you that early, even roll where you can miss a little bit right, you can miss a little bit left, and it's going to be good. But something like the Wolverine here, it's pretty sharp down lane. So once it hits the dry boards to the right or at the back end, it's going to hook hard. And that's going to be hard to control, right? Basically, that's what you're trying to achieve, right? Room for error. Same line as the ZEN. So yeah, 10 went late. Just a little bit long and sharp for the fresh house shot though. On a pair that's burned up, maybe after league on a house shot, a tournament bowling when you got to move left, have the ball really slide down the lane easy. Wolverines are going to be really good. It's hard to get that condition, right? It's hard to make that burned up condition. We tried though. Let's throw that again. Slow it down a touch. Yeah, that looked pretty good though. I would say honestly, if I were both for score on this lane, the house shot lane, I would use my idle Helios. Maybe the ZEN Master. Just like 2 totally early rolling, even balls that I know exactly what they're gonna do. All right, let's throw the tall pin Wolverine here. Should go a little bit further down lane, hook a little bit harder. Yeah, that was pretty violent off the back end. Hard to control, but looks really nice. The color of the ball looks really nice. Okay, standard layout Wolverine. Might not even be able to tell the difference on a house shot. Yeah, I missed a little bit right there, but hard to tell the reaction difference on a house pattern. For one more good one here, let's take it back to the shop. Oh, that's money. Boom. Shot. All right, Jungo's back from the lanes. Just bowled on two different patterns, two completely different oil patterns actually. First one, Route 66, burned up from league. Lots of play on it. Not sure where people were playing, not sure what kind of balls they were using, but had a pretty good idea that the shot was going to be way left inside. And kind of like felt like a game 4 or 5 of a tournament on a long pattern, honestly. Something the RST X2 and the ZEN would look really good on, so I threw the ZEN just for comparison purposes against the Wolverine. And as I know with the ZEN, the further left I get, the better this ball gets. On a pattern like a burned up long condition, I know the ZEN is going to be a really good option for me. It's got that good mid lane read and still got that continuation through the pins. So I'm hoping the Wolverine here was like a step down from that, and it definitely was. Definitely went straighter through the mids and a little bit more pop down lane. So a ball down from the ZEN, when the ZEN starts reacting a little too early, a little too strong, can go right down to the Wolverine here. We tested that out, worked great, lots of pop down lane with the Wolverine. So something like the Route 66, after quite a few games, is where this ball I think is really gonna make its mark. Medium patterns as well as long, so that's why we had to test it out on that. And then we took it over to the house shot. Pretty fresh condition. I thought originally this ball was going to be pretty angular off the spot and not have that much of a miss room. My first thought before throwing the Wolverine on the house condition was that it was a little bit angular down lane to be pretty useful on a house condition, because usually on a house condition you want something that rolls a little bit earlier, a little bit more even to give you that error room. And I thought this would just ping a little bit too hard off the back end. But we gave it a shot anyway just to see. And it was a little sharp down lane for my liking on a house condition. The ZEN here looked much better, just rolled a little bit earlier, a little bit stronger, and went through the pins much better. Was able to get 10 back a few times, where the 10 pin was going late, 7 pin went late a couple times. I think the Wolverine would look really good on the house condition after league. If you're bowling a tournament on a house condition and there's lots of games, 8 games or so, then this ball later in the day would look really good. I drilled 2 Wolverines. One, my standard layout, 65 by 5 by 25, and then I went with a little bit longer and taller pin. I went 75 by 5.5 by 20, just to give me a little more length and a little more shape down lane for when the lanes get really, really burnt up. And you could really see the reaction difference on the burned up Route 66. And on the house condition, they look pretty identical. And that's what's going to happen on a house condition. Lots of your balls are going to move closer together. They're going to have a more similar reaction. In order to really test it out, you got to go on a sport condition or a condition that's been played on a lot. You can really see the differences in your bowling balls. So I will definitely be taking a Wolverine to a tournament. Just depends which Wolverine that is. I'm probably going to stick with my standard layout one. Just because I know what it does. It hooks a little bit more and a little bit earlier. And when I'm bowling lots of games in a tournament and I know that the shot's going to get left, I'm definitely going to bring the ZEN and the Wolverine here as a 1-2 punch at the back end of my bag. And I might bring both Wolverines if we're bowling on something like wood or something long where I need both of those and I need an extra little bit of length at the very end of the day. Basically a specialty ball. Won't get much use, but definitely has its place. And I would prefer something like the Wolverine over like a hyped pearl or a hustle wrap. It just seems like a little bit better quality ball and a little bit more hook potential, I would say. I would recommend this Wolverine to people who bowl on drier conditions, because you're going to need a ball that floats down the lane, skids through the oil a little bit easier, and has a little bit more reaction down lane. So drier condition houses, and also for tournament bowlers when you're bowling lots of games and you need something at the end of the day, really turns a corner down lane and you can get your feet way left for a righty, vice versa for a lefty. One last final thought. This ball looks really nice. Don't forget our question. Let us know down in the comments, if you could name a bowling ball, what would the name be? Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for our next vid.